But yeah, I don't know what it is about the banana flavored runts. Why it tastes like fucking chalk. Well, I like runts, just not the banana ones.
Yes, I agree. No bueno.
Ooh, I'm really excited to kick this off. I like the idea of basically being like guns for hire as a nice little side campaign so that we can play some characters a little bit longer on the side. As much as I've loved a lot of my one shot characters, there's a few of them that I think I definitely would have really appreciated having like, you know, 5 to 10 sessions to like flesh them out. I think the closest I got was Jurgen during all the heists, and I
Yeah,
almost decided to play Jurgen for this, but instead I thought up a new concept, and I'm pretty stoked. I haven't really played too much with paladins in 5e, so especially not full orc paladins. I am a
yeah, that's
brick
gonna be
shithouse.
wild.
Nice. Yeah,
They're
I
the
burned through a
literal
lot of
definition of
monks.
tank.
I tried to play a lot of monk characters just because I like monks, but I specifically didn't play a shadow monk until I could get more than one session. You know what I mean? Because that was the one I really wanted to kind of flesh out in particular. So.
Which naturally means that you and I are probably going to die in the first session and never really get to flesh these characters out.
Oh, guaranteed. Chris is going full mayhem. I just got a feeling.
I just want some more animal friends. That's all I'm in it for.
Make sure you got speak with animals stocked at all times.
Oh, circle the shepherd, man.
So an interest of note is I'm able to see everybody else's character sheets and pull them up online through the computer, except Anthony. His must be set to private or something.
Yeah, so you don't see all the fuckery I put in there.
Anthony's playing a 20th level character just to fuck with us.
So any combat that happens, it's going to be a little janky. I did a couple maps and sheets, and then I spilled drinks on my maps and lost the character sheets or the small character pieces I made. So I'm improvising.
Sounds good. That's the best time. Improv.
That's also why you spend money on a bunch of other crap like grid paper and dry erase grids. So you could do something like that. Everybody ready to begin?
Oh, I'm ready. Mind and
I
Ready
believe
to
body.
so,
go?
man. I'm
Hell yeah.
just starting to pull together a note sheet, unless anybody else is feeling frisky. But aside from that, yeah, good to go.
Ain't nothing frisky about taking notes.
So we enter the world or the kingdom of Mirema. It is a very large kingdom and it has all sorts of environments. You have a winter, snowy north, a desert south, ocean views, mountains, swamps, forests, everything so that I can use any terrain we really want. The main guild that operates is called Threat Protection Company. And they send people all over. If you have bandit issues, you have an owlbear pest problem, you just want a little protection as you travel from one city to another, you can hire out to this company and they will send a contingency. It will be based upon what you have willing to spend as they take a cut. So the more dangerous the jobs needed, the more veteran type adventurers you will receive. You all, for your own various reasons, have signed up amongst your local towns for money, fame, or boredom. You have then been sent to a location to meet with your new assigned party, as well as the other members. You have each been given a stone that allows you to only communicate with the head office, and using it, you can tell them, hey, we've completed this job. At which point, using a very advanced spell, they're able to send a courier who can then drop off your money as well as any future jobs. And that spell is actually called Galder's Speedy Courier. It's a new spell. But this way, you do not have to check into an office. You just say, our job here is complete, and you get paid whatever portion that job was worth, as well as if there was anything you needed. So your first job is in a town called Erelon. I will type that out for you, Dakota. It is a wintry place up north. Knowing you're going to be in snow conditions, you've all packed warmish clothes. Not enough to hit below zero, but a good 20 to 30 degree winter. I'm pretty sure those in Maine and Sean understand what I'm talking about when I talk about winter clothes made for your day-to-day adventures in that type of weather.
3 to 5 dead elk. Got it.
All of the animal pelts.
Not the animals.
So we begin. You know what? Let me roll a d10 here. Where we have two half elves standing outside a sign welcoming visitors to the town. They look similar to each other. And first approaching them is our halfling druid. So, Alec, Anthony, you guys could decide how you want to do it. Why don't you introduce Will as to what he sees as he comes approaching this sign as two are waiting there.
Auntie, do you want to go first or should I?
I think we can go at the same time if you want. Just kicking feet off each other, like twins would do.
Okay. All right. Well, so Kai Rivers, he's a decently tall. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to describe ourselves considering we're twins. But Guy, he's average height, maybe like 5'10", half elf, so he has slightly pointed ears, but not anything too prominent. Got shaggy, short, medium length brown hair. Wearing light leather armor. He looks very much decked out in weaponry. He's got a sword on each hip. Multiple hand axes on like a bandolier across his chest, a long bow strung across his back, and then like a heavy cloak to protect himself against the cold weather. But he's just hanging out next to his probably slightly beefier brother next to him.
Yeah, so Call would be standing right next to him. He'd be slightly taller, I think maybe 6'1", 6'2". Beefy as hell. Almost like, I mean, you look at these prints, man, almost like supermodel beautiful. He's got short brown hair. Um, he's got winter pelts on his shoulder and some maybe some fur like around his waist, and that's pretty much it. Like it's everything else is just skin and muscle. You would see a great axe on his back, a hand axe on his side, javelins, and he's just standing there looking very impatient in the cold. Are you sure we're in the right place, brother?
I mean, this is where they told us to wait. Apparently, we're supposed to be meeting the rest of our group here, but I guess maybe we're a little early or they're a little late. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe we're late and they've already completed the mission. Did we check with the rock?
I thought you had the rock. Didn't they gave you the rock, right? You got it.
Why would I have the rock? I'd lose the rock or throw it. It was a pretty rock. I'd fucking skip it in the water.
Yeah, I totally have the rock. And then kind of just starts like patting all of his like pockets and digging through his satchel, looking to see if he can find the sending stone.
Hell, for fun, let's make you roll an investigation check.
All right. Investigate. How is my investigation? Oh, not bad. Yes. That's a good roll. It's a natural 18 plus 3 for a 21.
You find the stone, and as you are searching your pockets, and you find a relatively short order, you see a halfling walking towards you, kind of cautious. Will, if you'd like to introduce your character and what they see approaching.
So maybe from the distance you see this really tiny speck approaching you guys as he draws closer. You see a halfling dressed in looks like some leather armor. He's got some furs around his shoulders. He's got brown hair, about 3 feet tall. Skin though is kind of like almost like a sun kiss. Like he gets plenty of sun. He's and his face is like he's just kind of got like this look as like he's always like pleasant, happy. It's like his default look is to be smiling. He's just kind of like just kind of walking up, maybe like looking at both of you. And he's also got he's holding his quarterstaff as well as kind of as a walking stick a little bit, and donning or having a shield on his back with his pack. And one thing you do take note of is that on his belt you see kind of like little loops, and on those loops is kind of different like figurines, some carved out of wood. Others you might see that are like not really like figures, but almost like kind of like a self-made stuffed animal or something, kind of like side. Something you probably haven't seen before. But he kind of just walks up to you two, and you kind of looking up, looks to both of you, and just would be, "Hi, Winston Honeysuckle," and he'll reach his hand out to whoever would shake.
We're the Rivers brothers. But excuse us happening. We're actually on an important mission. We're waiting for people.
Oh, stop being so old, brother. And Kai's gonna reach out his hand and will reach out and down and shake Winston's hand. Kai Rivers, this is my brother Carl. Are you part of the what? Carl, what was it called again? The TPK, the
I don't know.
protection crew
You,
company.
you just told me that we were going to smash things. You know I like smashing things. I think you've been asking me questions lately. Memory and thinking is not my strong suit. I feel like you're rubbing it in right now.
I would literally never do that. Anyway, Winston, nice to meet you. Are you a part of our group here? Are you joining us for sort of a job? We haven't had too much information yet, but we were just told to meet some people here and head out.
So, like in Winston's mind, he's just kind of to himself, kind of going, maybe he should turn around. This isn't good. The TPK, Total Protection Company. Is that correct? Am I in the right place?
Yeah. That's the one.
Wait. Didn't they give us a code word of sorts? So like people don't just fucking say they're part of the group and they're not.
I feel like you're just making that up, brother.
That, that's use the stone. Pull out the stone. Call the damn office. I know they
You
gave us a word or something.
you two are definitely brothers. That's for sure. You're not lying.
Well, the resemblance is uncanny, we've been told.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, if you're not gonna talk, give me the stone, and Call will start trying to like wrestle it out of his hand.
Okay, yeah, if you can figure it out, you can call them and figure out what this magical code word is that you are supposed to take.
So Call's just gonna put this stuff. Hello, magical people. This is Call checking in. Hello.
Yes.
What was I supposed to ask again? What they talking in the rock?
You were asking about a secret code word because Winston here is apparently distrustful in your eyes.
I think in our line of work, it doesn't hurt to be careful. Anyways, Magic Rock. You said, if I'm not mistaken, that we're supposed to meet people outside this town, and there was a word we were supposed to use. What was the word again?
What was your name?
Call Rivers with my brother Kai here.
There's a slight delay, and you can hear a slight whispering of fucking rookies. Yes, the pass is Nightingale. If somebody says that to you, they are probably members of your party because there are no Nightingales in that part of the world.
Okay, Magic Rock. But what if he didn't say it when he came up? Okay,
Did
Winston.
you say it to him?
Well, and then he's gonna lean over to his brother. Tell him Nightingale. See what he says.
Winston, apparently the secret code word is Nightingale. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, kind of a bird, not around these parts typically.
All right, see, we're all good.
Oh, okay. All right, Magic Rock. We seem to be good. Thank you. Yep. Hey, and you have a lovely day.
Plus, I heard them
Hesitate
say
if
it
you
on the
have
other.
any questions.
Okay,
And I'll
sorted.
hold that rock now because you'll throw it probably.
That's a nice rock. You should skip it.
No.
You know, call for fucking launching you.
No.
So as this getting to know you, and everything is happening and the sun is starting to set, you notice another figure approaching. I don't want to make description for you. So, Sean, you come approaching and you see two elves and a halfling. The two half elves seem to be bickering with each other, and the halfling just seems to be standing there with a smile on his face. Describe your character as he approaches.
So you guys see what at first appears to be just a normal human man. He is kind of bunched up in this traveler's cloak, if you will. It looks to be several sizes too big, but it is a very plain brown cloak. It kind of covers this individual. Around his waist, a simple cord that looks to be like hemp or rope of some kind, acting as a belt. On its own separate loop of this hemp and cord, it looks to be, a simple, modest short sword kind of banging around at his side. The way he walks and holds himself, the sword, at least from your perspective, would seem more like a tool and less like a weapon. As he kind of approaches, he kind of eyes the scene and removes his hood. And what you see is a very lean, very slender, dark-skinned man. Very, very, very lean. But aside from not having any facial hair, being very clean cut, and even being completely bald, one thing that does stand out is the kind of light kind of flickers is his very bushy eyebrows. They are golden in color, not blonde, gold. As the sunlight kind of catches them just right, the what little bushy eyebrows he does seem to have seem to like catch the light and almost glow, kind of betraying his Asimar heritage. But as this lean kind of simple traveler walks up, his only possession, it looks like, aside from the sword, is a simple leather pack with a simple strap kind of across his chest. And as he pulls down his hood, he just kind of cocks an eyebrow questioningly and says, "Nightingale?"
Ah, look, it's the word.
He said it. He said the word. Hello, friend. What's your name?
Paul tries to run up and give him a bear hug.
He accepts the bear hug, kind of awkwardly, but he says, "Friends call me Slim."
Oh man, it is so nice to see you. We were very distrusting of another halfling friend. It was a whole thing. It's nice that someone, and he kind of side eyes Winston, knows the code and it's not weird about it.
Hey, I had to play it safe.
Nice to meet you, Slim. I'm Call. This is my twin brother. Hi. Hi, don't be rude. Say hi.
How you doing, Slim?
Slim would kind of give like a light bow. The pleasure, all mine. Turns to the little halfling to shake his hand.
Nice handshake. Are those? Do you bring a couple golden caterpillars with you? You don't really see them around these parts. He's looking at his eyebrows.
he kind of chuckles, but as he kind of stands after shaking your hand, he kind of subconsciously retreats back into his hood.
I think your eyebrows look wonderful, Slim. No need to put them in.
So, are we assembled?
I don't know. God, should we ask the rock again?
I mean, I don't know. They seemed pretty pissed about you calling them earlier.
Why
So,
give us a rock to talk to them if they're going to be moody when we talk to them?
yeah. Winston, do you remember if they told you how many people were joining this group? I was not paying attention, if I'm being honest.
Well, when I was talking with the rock, it said something about, I think, five. He said just count one hand fingers, and he starts counting his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I think 5.
Well, if you said fingers, then wouldn't it also be 4?
And it's about this time, everybody but Kai sees an orc just traveling up the road. So, Dakota, if you'd like to introduce Balgrim.
Yeah, you guys see a pretty hulking, well over 6 foot tall, muscular, almost top heavy built, full orc. He's got jet black hair that cascades down over his broad shoulders and a tight knot tied for the upper portion of his hair. His ears are not quite as pronounced as the average full orc, and he does have the characteristic tusks hanging out with that little underbite down to a strong chin that ends in a tuft of facial hair. He's wearing like a white sort of tabard, almost like a holy garb over top of sort of like a half plate with pauldrons on his shoulders and gauntlets with um, finely carved but not very intricate designs. And he's got a rather large shield on his back with the emblem of his god Torm, which basically is a gauntlet with the fingers extended. And then in one hand over his shoulder, he is sort of walking, carrying a very large, wickedly curved battle axe. And he'll just saunter up to this group, knowing that he's supposed to meet some contacts that the TPK had sent him. And he just sort of walks over, looks at the four of you, and just says, seems like you lot don't know each other, so I assume I'm in the right place. The name's Balgrim. And he switches his axe to his left hand and extends his arm for a handshake.
Slim just bows. He doesn't really shake the hand. He just bows and says his name, simple, Slim. As he kind of he does the fist to the open hand as he kind of bows to the latest arrival.
And he'll
Hey,
just reach out and grab your forearm and like pull you close and get a little too close for comfort and look you in the eyes and just say, "You are rather slim. What's your name, though?"
Slim. It's my name. Slim Hand Shadows.
And he just kind of eyeballs you like eye to toe, and well, guess that checks out. And he just kind of steps back and looks over at the rest of the group.
hey, Chris, just a world question here. Are full orcs still? Would they still have that negative kind of aspect to them in this world?
Full orcs. Let me see. Yes.
All right, then the group as he's walking up, y'all would see Call, especially Kai, would see him tense up and then immediately like size up Balgrim because he's also a big dude. and then just kind of like.
Well, let me add a caveat. Those from smaller regions that would be more towards the wilderness have a distrust of orcs from roaming bands. Those who grew up around city centers would have a more trusting because they've seen races of all kinds. So depending on your character's background, where they grew up, they could have a trust or distrust.
Slim for
Okay.
sure. Slim for sure distances himself from the orc.
Yeah, so Call would have like sized him up and kind of like, I'm gonna need the password, friend.
I suppose you lot are rather formal these days. I think the word you're looking for is. And he kind of like looks down at his waistband and he pulls a small journal out and flips a couple pages and just says, Nightingale. Tucks it back away.
Okay. You would see like Call kind of like these, and you don't see too many orcs on these parts, especially where we come from. Sorry for the standing up like that.
Well, I feel like most people probably have a bigger issue with you, looking at their race and assuming things. But if I'm being honest, I know what my people are like. But I grew up a little different. So, for what it's worth, I'm not from around here. TPK sent me.
Oh, Cole, now you're being the rude one. He had the password. We're all good. Nothing wrong with this. And then he's just gonna kind of pat Call on the shoulder and then reach out a hand to shake Balgrim's. Kai Rivers. This is my brother here. Call. He could be a little wary, but he's a good fella.
And Balgrim will, like, when you go in for the handshake, again, he'll just reach past your hand, and with, like, one, like, sausage paw of a hand, he just wraps it around your forearm and pulls you in. Just says, nice to meet you, Kai. I, look forward to working with you.
Oh, that
And he
is
just kind of looks over at your brother, looks back at you, and steps away.
Oh, yeah,
Call's 100% still kind of like puffing out his chest since he's used to being the bigger dude, the beefier dude. Is like, reaches out his hand and seeing what Balgrim did, he's gonna wait for the forearm. I want to try to pull him towards me before he pulls me towards him.
Are you asking for contested strength checks there,
Contested
bub?
strength.
100% in a bride.
Fair enough. Let me get to my character sheet. I got caught up getting the notes set up.
they're modified.
If Rye's treating him good tonight, you might want to just roll regular rocks. I seen a nat 20.
That's the first nat 20 that Avray's given me in a very long time. Are we doing strength or athletics?
Let's go straight strength since you're not actually trying to do anything special besides yank each other. So strength, and you're both proficient. So
I'm 100% trying to yank you off.
With proficiency too? Sweet. Oof.
I put in the wrong one. God damn it.
no, you did the right one, Cal. Balgrim was in the wrong room.
Oh, was I?
Oh, I just didn't space it.
Wait. Oh, shit. I'm in general. That's my bad.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was like bouncing back and forth. Like, did I miss something? What the fuck's going on?
Oh my god.
Nope. I just wasn't paying attention.
You
Oof.
fuck. That's
Thank you
another
all.
one, dude.
You clasp hands, and Cal, you decide to get the upper grip and start yanking them, but your hand's a little sweaty because seeing an orc in person and meeting them kind of set your nerves off a little. Meanwhile, Balgrim, being more used to around half elves and knowing what he was going to do, gets a much firm grip, and he yanks you clean off your feet straight up to his chest.
Can I try to make a performance check or something that I was actually trying to go prepare?
Give me a deception check. Balgrim, give me an insight check.
It's a flat roll. All right. Let's see. It's a 4.
Motherfucker, dude. Wow. That's back to back not nat ones.
Abre is loving it. So you try to play it off, but Balgrim, you see right through it. You've seen people do that before. You know exactly what happened.
Kai is standing in the background just cracking up because he knows exactly what his brother was trying to do.
And I feel like Balgrim would just pull you close while kind of holding you up since he's got the upper hand here. And just be like, it's a pleasure to meet you, Cal. I'm sure we'll make fast friends on this job. And sets you back down.
With back to back nat ones, it 100% looks like you're caressing me in your chest.
Well, now that we've all had our formal introductions, what do you guys say we figure out what we're doing next? Do we need to call someone on these fancy little rocks?
I have a question before we all start.
What's up, Winston?
Um, how many fingers do you guys have?
Guy just looks at his hands. In total or on each hand?
Each hand.
I mean, 5, unless you're getting technical about it and you're saying like a thumb's and a not a finger, whatever, then it'd be 4. But you know, everyone just says 5.
The lady from the rock said, "Count the fingers, all of them on your hand, and that's how many people." I only have 4.
What the fuck? Why do you only have 4? Did you lose a finger?
No, I don't think so. Now way. He'll go and look at like kind of eyeballing everyone's hands.
Okay. Do you mean that we are supposed to wait for all the fingers on everyone's hand? Because that's a lot of people.
I'm just saying that this is what the lady told me. She said there'd be as many people in the party as you could count on one hand, and I only have 4.
Slim just points to Winston.
Do you hold up your hand real quick, Winston, for me? Just real quick.
He holds it like way up high, straight up, like he's got a
How
question.
many fingers does he have? Thumb included.
Perception checking.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do halflings only have 4 fingers on each hand?
Is he doing that thing where he doesn't think the thumb is considered a finger?
I mean, technically it isn't.
Slim just points at Winston. You are the thumb, the short one.
But isn't the thumb's important? I thought.
the thumb is important, and you're important to the group. I'm guessing, even though I just met you.
Call looks at his hand. Isn't the pinky the short one? Since when is the thumb the short one?
I think my pinky and thumb are the same size.
I'm confused. Oh, we all here. My head's
I think we're all here. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hold the group up. Let's yeah, that's a stupid question. Let's keep going.
Slim face palms and just mutters under his breath, "We're all gonna die."
Balgrim just hears that and sighs. It's gonna be just like the last job. Just
Die.
does
Nothing can kill us, Bulgrim, for
Crosses
we are
his heart.
mighty.
Winston is like kind of snaps out of it because he was so obsessed with his hands he didn't realize that there was an orc right there. He's like, "Whoa, where'd you come from?"
Winston, this
I
is
well, came down from the road. I mean,
Winston honeysuckle, and he reaches his fingers up to shake.
he basically like grabs you by your bicep with how big his hands are and how tiny you are, and he just says, "It's a pleasure to meet you." Seem pretty observant. I'm sure you'll play your role in this group. And he kind of just looks around at everybody a little uncertain.
Oh, all right, brother. Let's go. And they'll like kind of pull Kai along. So as they're walking like towards the town. Did he really only have 4 fingers? Or is it just fucking us?
I think you're overthinking it. You got the fingers you got, and you know it's perfectly fine. You're good.
I only have 4 fingers.
You have four.
You've got 4 fingers too.
Now you started it up again.
Balgrim's just face palming on the side and shaking his head. She's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, with the TPK every time."
Guy's gonna pull out the sending stone again and just kind of like knock on it. And just, hello, hey, yeah, headquarters. What's up? Is Kai Rivers here?
Yes, how can I help you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we got our whole group here now. We got an orc, me and my brother, halfling, and some shiny eyebrow dude. What's the next move? Do we need to talk to like the mayor or something, or
He is the one who contracted out, so that is who you are supposed to meet with once you reach the location and meet up.
ready? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're all here. Yep, I guess we'll just go find the mayor. I'm sure you've already told me that, so apologies for the repeat question. But you have a good night. What's your name again?
My name is Denair.
Daenerys. Well, it was great talking to you. Is there some sort of survey I could leave? Because you were just incredibly helpful, and I just want to make sure, your bosses are aware of the excellent customer service you are providing.
Well, as a thank you, you can most certainly leave all your possessions to me when you're finally killed. Which, honestly, between you and your brother, I don't expect to be long.
Well, that is
Is,
very
is,
morbid, but I appreciate your candor.
is that the guild? Tell him I said hi.
My brother Carl says hi. I'm gonna go now. This has been fun.
And as you go to put the stone away, you just hear, because it comes with a response, you just hear, I'm going for a smoke.
All right, and yeah, Kai's just gonna turn back around and wave everyone onward. All right, guys, you just got word. yeah, we're got to meet up with the mayor. They contracted us out, so we just got to find a town hall, maybe a bar, tavern along the way. Uh, yeah.
As you begin to enter into the town with night coming on, snow begins to gently fall from the sky, and the wind picks up and starts to bite at your cheeks. You notice as you're walking that a lot of the shops and houses seem to be dark and currently empty. And at first, you're confused by this, but as you continue walking, you notice by a small hill a gathering. You approach the gathering and realize that it's taking place in the graveyard, and it seems as though the entire town has turned out for a funeral service. As you approach and you stand in the back, you see a silver haired gentleman, an elf, standing in front and giving a eulogy. Townspeople, we are gathered here today to lay to rest poor Rogar Greyhammer. He has brightened many of our lives with his tales of adventures, but unfortunately, this last adventure proved too much for him. We are sad at what has befell him, but may we remember his stories and tell them on in order to brighten our lives during these dark times. You can see some of the townspeople crying, and afterwards, his casket is lowered, and the townspeople begin to depart. Approaching you is a human male with brown hair, of a medium build, and brown eyes. And he says, "Ah, are you? Do you happen to be the party from TPK?"
Call Nightingale.
I
don't.
have no idea what that is.
I think the
I
code
don't think
word
we're in the
though
right.
is just
I don't
for
think
us.
we're in the right. No, I don't think we're in the right place.
It's okay. Yes, we were sent here from the TPK. We are. And he like waves back, presenting his hands to the rest of the group. We are here to alleviate your troubles. Sorry for your loss. Uh, you know, yep.
Yes, I'm actually an assistant to Mayor Erden Televere. I was just waiting for you to approach. He's going to be in his office right now, and I can direct you there if you would like.
Yeah, I think you guys all ready to see what this job is about. Do you have any business along the way? I mean, you know, yeah,
Slim just kind of bows his head and puts the the closed fist into the open hand as he kind of nods.
The sooner we get this over with, the sooner I get paid and move on to the next job.
Excellent. If you would follow me, please. And he begins walking you down. You see a couple of those shops open. The tavern is the first one open. It seems though a lot of people really decided to just take the night off. He enters a one-story building, stone walls, and takes you down a small flight of stairs. Opening a door, he leads you into the office. There's a bright flame in the corner. Uh, Not expensive looking, but decorated nicely. Behind a desk, you see the silver haired elf. Thank you, Gilrus. I will take it from here. Yes, Mayor Erden. I'll be right outside if you need anything. Please, gentlemen, have a seat.
No, do you think he knows about Nightingale, Kai?
I think, Cal, I think we're pretty safe with this guy. You know, he's the mayor of the town. He's contracted the order. I think we're probably good.
Balgrim's just gonna put one hand on your shoulder with like a slightly too firm grip, and then just whisper in your ear,
Be like, if they told all of the clients the special word, then wouldn't everybody eventually just find out about the special word? We only use that for people who are in the TPK.
and he just kind of like firmly pats you and steps back and like puts his battle axe blade on the ground and rests his hands on the hilt.
Of course. That's our group name, the Nightingales. I get it now. Nightingales are here and ready for service. And they'll sit down.
Balgrim's eye twitches a little bit, but he remains silent.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sorry to speak of dark tidings under these circumstances, but I do believe that Ilarion might be in danger, and I'm hoping you can help us. You see, Rogar was an adventurer, and he really liked to go up to Terran, which you may or may not know is a desolate, frozen wasteland. However, there are some ancient ruins up there, and he would go and collect these items from the various ruins and bring them back and sell them or gift them to others. However, after his last trip, he became ill. His skin started to turn blue, his eyes frosting over, and he became slower, not only in his speech, but also in his movement. And he would always complain of being cold, even though he would be in a perfectly warm room with fires everywhere and covered under blankets. Now, I do not know what happened to him. However, I think that this illness is spreading. After his return and his sickness, he did go see our various priests, and they tried to heal him, but nothing could help prevent the spread of the disease through his body nor cure him. And after battling this affliction for weeks, he eventually turned to ice. It is why we had a closed casket in order to prevent fear. For though many of the residents have seen somebody killed as a result of bandits or raiders or wild animals, to see somebody turned into pretty much an ice sculpture is most certainly scary and would create a panic. Now, normally I would believe that this is a one-off. However, I noticed that another person, Kalna Clorda, beginning to show signs of the same sickness. I tried to send the Green Order, our local guards, in order to talk to her. But she's always had sort of a distant personality and a distrust, apparently, for authority figures and refused to speak with them. I am hoping that since you are not part of the guard, she may be more forthcoming with you. So the reason I reached out to TPK was for you to find the cause of this illness, whether it's an infection in which we may have to quarantine or abandon the whole town, or something else. Now, you can speak with Kalna immediately, or you have my permission to go investigate Rogar's cabin and see if you can find answers there. And he pulls out a letter with his seal on it. This is a pass for you to give to any member of the Green Order of your permission to investigate this crime. Now, I do know that I have already paid the guild its fee for sending you up here. However, time is of the essence. So I'm willing to give each of you an extra 10 gold for you to perform this within relatively short order. Does this sound like a job that you would be able to accomplish?
It doesn't sound too difficult. We just talk to a sick lady, find out why the other sick guy died, and bing bang, we're on our way.
Seems easy enough. These passes you gave us, you said it gets us by the green what now?
Our local guard is called the Green Order. So I have one stationed outside of Rogar's cabin, so that you may go in and investigate. His cabin has not been touched since his unfortunate passing, just in case whatever the cause was is still there. You may also speak with Kalna, which could get a little rocky. Well, I would prefer the questions to be very civil and above the board due to her temperament. If she attacked you or yelled for the guard just from you talking to her, then that would show that you are there as an official capacity. That does not allow you to rampantly assault citizens nor commit crimes within this town. However, within the duties that I have asked, it would give you essentially carte blanche.
Oh, I don't think it'll come to blows or anything like that. I think, yeah, nice group here. We should be able to convince her to give us some information for the betterment of the community.
Excellent. So, as I was saying, I would recommend either talking to Kalna or going to Rogar's cabin. The choice is yours as to which way you wish to proceed from here, as you are more of the. And you could tell he wants to do finger quotes, but he doesn't. Experts than I would be.
Slim would kind of speak up more to the group than to the mayor, but yes, we should seek out the woman, see what she knows. It is much easier to deduce things from the living than the dead.
I can tell that you and I are going to get along. I'm with him. We speak to the woman, we gather what information we can.
Call. Well, yeah, we'll go talk, and he will full on air quotes, mocking his brother. Talk to the woman, knowing damn well that him and I both don't do talking well.
And Kai didn't really like his little belittling comment because he could tell he wanted to do the air quotes. So he's gonna, look to the mayor, just be like, "Yes, No, don't you worry. We're gonna get this figured out, and us experts are on the case. And he's gonna give like just like a deep, like over exaggerated, uh, slightly sarcastic bow to the mayor, and then just kind of turn around. All right, guys. So I guess we're going to talk to the lady first. See if we can get something from the living. And he's just gonna walk out of the room.
Slim follows.
Winston will follow, but kind of turn around and just with his kind of smiley face, just go, "Have a nice day."
Falgrim just nods his head and then grunts as he throws his battle axe back up over his shoulder and follows the party out.
As you exit the building and you step back out into the cold, dark night, you look down the road to the left. You look down the road to the right. And you realize that you did not ask where this cabin was.
Shit, guys, we didn't figure out where Kalna lived.
But he said it's by the wasteland, so Call's just gonna look to where there's not a lot of houses or people. It's clearly this way. He'll just start stomping off in the snow.
Winston, you got a happy, smiley, friendly face. Would you want to run back up there and ask him where it is? Cause yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. Love talking with people. And he'll turn around and yeah, make his way back to the room.
As you walk down, you first come to the little room prior to the mayor's office. His door is already closed, and you see his assistant, Gilres, sitting at a desk writing some papers.
Hello. Hi. Hi. I know we just left.
Yes.
I was hoping I could talk to them more time, just for one little tasty little detail we forgot to ask.
Perhaps I could give you that information.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Where are we going? Where's his cottage?
Oh, whose cottage?
Guys?
You're all alone.
Are you
One
are you
one
speaking
second.
of Rogar's cottage or Calnus?
Mm, I think it was Kalna's.
Well, as you exit this building, if you turn left and walk down towards where the trees start to get scattered, you'll see a cabin kind of a little bit by itself, and that would be Calna's. Now, there is a slight fork in the road, and if you were to take that to the right and go up a hill and 2 lanes past, to your left would be Rogar's at the top of the hill.
Okay, so out left through some trees, fork left.
Take the left fork to get to Calnus, take the right fork to head towards Rogar's.
Noted and understood. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and good luck.
Oh, thank you. Should be pretty easy. Open and shut case, I hear. And he'll make his way out.
Can I make a luck check or something to see if I just so happen to be walking in the right direction?
What was that call?
So can I make like a luck check or something to see if I just so happen to be walking in the right direction?
Let's go with a D100. Walking out, I'd say 80 to 100, and you went the right direction. You went completely to the right and are probably about 4 houses and buildings down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Kyle. I mean, it only makes sense. It'd be this way. I don't know why you're stressing.
Kai 100% did not follow you. He's still standing right outside the mayor's office.
Slim points down the road to your brother, but says nothing as as Carl just kind of walks on.
Yeah, don't
Hey,
worry about
where's
it.
Carl?
Oh, hey, Winston, did you figure out where the cottages were?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, the receptionist there was quite nice and handy. Didn't even have to talk to the mayor. Where's Carl?
He's down that way, and he just points down the right side of the street. Is that the way we're supposed to go? Please say no.
It's not the right way. I mean, it's the right, like to the right, but it's not the right way. We're supposed to be taking a left here through some trees.
How far away is, you said 4 or 5 houses down? What's that like? Maybe like that probably too far for me to throw something at him. Never mind.
He's about, I'd say he's within 100 feet.
Can I find a rock in the ground?
Give me a attack using your dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, I just pick up like a random like.
And if you're proficient in light weapons, use your proficiency to add.
I'm proficient in martial and simple weapons. All kinds of bows, if that counts too.
Yeah, let's make it count. I hope you hit him.
All right, straight dex plus proficiency. That's a 13 on the die. Plus 3 for dex. Plus 3 for I know, plus 2 for proficiency. So that's an 18 to hit.
Oh, you very easily hit him. Cal, as you're walking away, you know exactly where you're going. All of a sudden, you get pegged in the back of your head by a rock. Let's say, he wouldn't be trying to hurt you, so no damage from it, but it definitely gets your attention.
You just hear Winston from like afar just yelling, "Wow, nice shot!"
Carl turns around and sees his brother there, probably laughing, and he starts like fuming a little bit, and he picks the rock up and tries to throw it back, maybe a little too hard because he's pretty pissed. He got hit in the back of the head.
All right, give me an attack roll on your dexterity. No proficiency because you're more of a up close than a distance.
Tuck it over.
Yes, a 9 does not hit.
You hit Winston.
So you throw a rock back at him, and it falls just to the left and completely misses.
I imagine it's kind of like that throw where you're kind of angry and you try to throw it hard and you let it go way too late and it just goes straight in the ground.
Carl, you're going the wrong way, buddy. We got to go left.
You could have just shouted that. Feels in the back of his head. He's gonna make a little bump. Call started walking back, kind of, but still fuming a little.
All right, so
Nice.
you guys going to Carlin's house first? Colin or Kalna? Not Carlin. Kalna.
Kalna, I believe. Yep, we're set to go through these woods here to the left, and we'll eventually hit a fork. Veer left there, and boom, bam.
Slim gestures for Winston to lead the way.
Oh, okay. And he'll start making his way forward.
All right, so you march on, leading the way, and as you come to the scattering of trees, you see a snow-covered cabin that looks peaceful and quiet from the outside. The windows are shutter, and there's a steady stream of smoke piping out of the chimney, letting you know there's a fire within and gives you the idea that somebody's inside. As you approach, you see somebody outside. Oh no. Nope, that's the other house. So as you approach, that's what you see is door closed, windows closed, but a steady stream of smoke coming from outside.
I think Slim would approach and just knock on the door.
You approach and you knock on the door and you hear a slight shuffle and who is it?
The Nightingales? He kind of looks back to the party with his hands in the air, like questioningly. I don't know.
He's giving him a thumbs up 100%.
Fulgrim's just in the back, shaking his head, letting out a deep sigh.
I actually don't hate that name, he whispers to Slim.
What the hell are nightingales knocking on my door?
Pardon me, ma'am, but it is of the utmost urgency that we speak with you, upon the mayor's request.
Oh, you're working for that windbag. Go away.
Not necessarily for, more with to find the root of these problems. Please, but a moment of your time could save many lives.
I don't know of any such problems. Now go away.
Call will kind of just look at the group and I could kick the door down if y'all want.
Slim steps aside and just kind of gestures. Go for it.
Call will take like a step back and take up fucking full on boot to the door.
As you go to boot that, can Balgrim just try to grab your leg and stop you?
Give me initiative rolls for the two of you, and we'll see who goes first to see who's faster.
Fair enough. On my character sheet looks weird. What the fuck?
Is there, while these guys are squaring up, can I take a quick peek? Is there like a window of some kind or in this particular domicile?
Finally, I'll probably get a decent roll.
So
Got an
from
18.
where you initially stand, you do see a window to the left of the door. But since you've only seen the front of the cabin, that's the only window you currently see. You want to take an investigation check, but this is all happening right now. So
Also, just real quick, you said it's like a very cold climate up here. Is it like snowy and like icy, or is it just like deep fall?
right now it's cold. There's snow on the ground. I don't know if you've been up to the northern states. It's kind of what you would see like January 2nd.
Okay, I think I got you. All right, that's it.
So if Slim could step out of the way before this kick goes down, and I think there was a window visible to the front door, I imagine Slim would have probably just stepped like towards the window, just to kind of take a peek inside and see what's going on.
You go to try to peek in, but the windows are shuttered, so there's no way to look inside.
Okay.
And uh, judging by this, Cal is a little bit quicker than you, Balgrim. So he kicks the door. Roll me an attack roll, and I'll be with you shortly to see how it plays out.
Whoa, okay. Attack roll. Can I use my strength in that or an unarmed
Well,
strike?
it's an unarmed strike, so yeah, it would be your strength.
Let's say 15 plus 6, 21. That's to hit.
Well, I know that's going to hit, so roll me damage or unarmed,
Not,
so it's a 1 plus your strength.
yeah, it'll just be 5 damage.
So you kick the door and you make a small clang, but the door holds firm.
Would I have, so, all right, well, if no one stops
And
me, right?
then Balgrim, you're trying to grab him, so I'd say just after he kicks it and does that little step back, you're grab onto his shoulder.
Now, we wouldn't want to go hurting anybody's property. They're less likely to actually speak to us if you go kicking their doors in.
And Kai's gonna run up to the door and just be like, "Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. We just slipped on some of the snow here and it fell against the door. We're a bit clumsy. Uh, Now, as my friend was saying, we're just trying to help out the community here. If you have any information about the poor man that just passed away, it would really be helpful to us to help you and help the rest of the town. Is there anything we can do to get you to open the door?"
Levy, uh, give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Damn it. Okay.
As he's kind of trying to butter her up, I want to slide a tool or perhaps even my short sword up and see if maybe I can't open these shutters and peek inside.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
It's a 9 and an 11, so a total of 14 on the 9 for persuasion.
All right, so you hear a grumbling, and then you hear a click as the lock from the door is loosened. And as it starts to slide open, Slim, you feel your tool able to catch on the lock and lift it up ever so slightly. So you would be able to open it that way and get in uh, if you so chose.
I think if she's opening the door, knowing what I know, I would, be kind of like a backup contingency plan to get in there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wait to see how it plays out with her coming to the door before I continue forward.
So you see the door crack open, and you see a dwarven woman uh, standing there. She, you can see like blue veins just kind of popping out. And she looks you up and down and at all of you, kind of looks at her door. And you can see a grumpy ass look on her face as there's a small crack. And she looks up and let me see here. I'll roll an insight, see if she can figure out who did it. So she looks and she figures it's one of the big ones who probably hit her door, and she just scowls at Balgrim and Cal. All right. Come on in.
Carl will kind of smack Balgrim in the shoulder and be like, "Why the hell did you do that for?"
What'd you say?
I said Carl's gonna smack Balgrim in the shoulder and kind of be like, "What the hell did you do that for?"
Well, if you go around kicking people's doors, we're not going to get very far. I mean, for fuck's sake, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar.
And he just kind of pushes you out of the way as he walks into the house.
And as Cal and Balgrim are about to step in, Sheikah says, "Now watch your step, you clumsy oafs."
What word? Why? Carl kind of like looks down as he's walking in.
So as you enter into the cabin, you feel a nice warmth. The heat in this small cabin, it hits like a hammer blow. There's a table set with neatly stacked dishes, tools, utensils in the center of the room. You can smell a simmering soup coming from a pot hanging inside a roaring fireplace. Another fire burns in an iron brazier at the opposite end of the room, filling the cabin with a smoky haze. As you walk in, she goes over to her bed and kind of sits down and wraps herself up in blankets. "Well, the hell do you want?"
I think Slim is gonna probably let one of the half elves do the talking there, but immediately he would kind of like go to like bedside manner, and kind of like maybe take a knee and try to like gauge like maybe like if I could make a medicine check to kind of see like what are we dealing with exactly, like what are her symptoms, what is it, what appears to be afflicting her.
So you go and you start to inspect her, and you see the blue veins in her hands, arms, and by her neck. She feels cold to the touch, but this is definitely something you have never seen before.
Do I think this is like lethal? Like, what does she have, a day or maybe a month?
Knowing what you give me an insight check and a medicine check. Okay. So as you inspect her and you remember what the mayor had mentioned about Rogar's symptoms, you assume that this is still the semi early stages, but probably about halfway advanced. Now, he said it was about 2 months it took for Rogar to come back, show symptoms, and die. So you assume it's probably been about a month. So you would guess roughly a month before she met the same fate.
Okay, so if I knew that, then I would, I think he would just kind of like go to like almost like nursely bedside manner, like he would kind of check the temperature by grabbing her hand and maybe take like a bit of clean cloth out from his pack and very kind of dab her forehead with it and whatnot, kind of silently go to like this nursely bedside manner, kind of caring for this dwarf lady.
Call would. You said there was soup being made. He would check the soup and see if like it's ready, and if it is, he'd pour her a bowl, bring it to her.
Give me a investigation check. We'll use that to see if you could determine whether this soup is done or not.
That's not bad. It's 17 on the die, -1 for 16.
Well, that's fine. You've cooked before. While you don't know the exact stew, because chances are it's just whatever she had thrown together in a pot, you're able to judge that it's probably as prepared as she would want it. Any longer and it would burn.
He would kind of dye the flames down a little bit and do all that for her, and pour her a bowl and bring it over. Sorry, my friend kicked your door. We have it on hands. We'll try to fix it.
You're breaking up pretty bad for me there, Anthony. I couldn't quite understand you.
Might be my phone. Let me see. Is it better now?
Yeah, much.
So he would bring her the bowl, and kind of dye the flames down for her down a little bit, and bring it to her in bed and tell her, I apologize for the door. Sorry, my friend kicked your door down. I'll try to fix it if we have the opportunity. Hand her the bowl.
Thank you. Now, I know I've asked before, but I must ask again. What the hell do you want?
No, ma'am, and I just gonna kind of step up to her, still keep it, respectable different distance, because I'm sure a Slim is in there too, patting her down. um, but he's gonna kneel down in front of her. We understand that one of your neighbors has passed away, and we're just trying to help figure out what's going on. And we heard that you might have some information, or just maybe you don't even know that you have information. It's just, but you are. It kind of looks like you're presenting some of the same symptoms here. So whether you know it or not, you might have information that could help us figure out what's going on. So if you could tell us anything, I don't know, out of the normal that's happened for you, or anything you've seen that's weird, anything that could help us. I mean, and in the end, if you help us, we're gonna be well. I don't want to give you empty promises, but we might be able to help you too, because it looks like you might be getting kind of sick.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, due to everybody taking such good care of her.
All right, yeah, everyone just like burst through the door and started pampering this lonely dwarven lady. Well, that's good. Um, 15.
So you say this to her, and she's been pampered, and you see her face soften a little. And she looks down at the bowl of soup and looks back up and says, "Yes, I have the same disease that took Rogar. It was foolish. My sister, Nalora, and I, we came to Erelon a few years back, and we work for the Intesh family. They are definitely a shifty sort. However, they do pay well. Now, we know of Rogar and that he would sometimes come back with all these treasures, as well as others who use this as a port to get up to Terran and back. So it seemed like an easy place to set up shop and steal what they had or left behind in order for us to, well, quite frankly, make some good money. When Rogar came back a few months back, I saw my chance. He came back grinning and happy and just telling the stories of the treasure he found. He went down to Tessarion Curiosities, where he sold some of his stuff. And about a month ago, after he sold them, I snuck in there and stole what he sold. Apparently, whatever was included in that gave me this infection. Now, I gave most of the stuff I stole from that Rogar had sold to them to my sister. I did keep one for myself. And you see her reach down and she pulls out an ornate dagger from her belt. And says, "This is all I kept because, well, it was nice. But Nalora has the rest of the items at a site that's north of the village called Old Hopper's Cavern. She's not there alone. The rest of some of the members of the Intesh family stay there with her. But that's just all I have for materials and what I know. I don't know if Rogar still had some stuff in his cabin that he decided not to sell for the same reason I didn't sell mine. Or I kept this, but that is where I believe the next step would be. I don't know what this is. I know what happened to Rogar, and I do fear that that is what has befallen me. And it definitely looks like a painful way to die.
Can I look at this dagger and determine if there's anything fancy about it?
Give me an investigation check.
While he's doing that,
Give me a intelligence check, actually, and we'll make it history or arcana.
Call would go to his brother and kind of like pull him to the side. Do we think it's cursed?
I don't know. It seems that way, but it could either be the dagger that's cursed, or maybe one of the other items. I mean, if her sister is sick as well, then we know it's not the dagger. It's probably just something else.
My thought is he stole the treasure from someone, and I think all of it might be cursed.
It could also be that. When did you start thinking so good?
But maybe ask her if Rogar would take things that didn't belong to him.
Sounds like he stole it himself, but Yeah, I'm also curious about this Intesh family. Let's see if we can figure out more info. He's just gonna walk back over towards Kalna. Now, Kalna, just a couple more questions for you. So, you said this Intesh family, they were kind of shady. Why is that? What do they do that was so shady?
First, we'll start with Slim's check.
Okay.
With that, as you look at it, you do recognize that it is a +1 dagger, and it looks to be of Gengesh design, which you know is an ancient civilization that has long since disappeared. But it's part of the ruins and such that people have investigated.
Would I have reason to believe that this dagger is what's causing her affliction?
Did you roll Arcana or History?
They were both +1, so I probably would have went history.
Then no. All you know is the ancient people and such like that, but your knowledge of their arcane arts would be uh, really wouldn't jump out through the history. You know that they could perform magic, but since it's just a history, you wouldn't be able to determine exactly what type.
Okay, I will relay that information to the party and possibly this dwarf lady if she didn't already know.
Yes, I did expect that already, as Rogar liked to go up into Terran, and that's what he did. He visited the old ruins and temples and places that the Gengesh left behind after their either destruction or disappearance. I don't know, and frankly, don't care. But their items are definitely worth valuable money. Now, as to your question about the Intesh family, they are very, what do you say, hands in many cookie jars. They have control over local thieves. They're willing to buy treasure from in order to increase their own wealth or to display it themselves. They've been known to have somebody murdered and such. I wouldn't be surprised to find out they have some officials within their pockets. I doubt the local mayor, as there's really nothing in this town worth having control over, which is why I'm here just to keep an eye. But I'm sure towards the bigger cities, they are definitely involved with corruption out there and highway bandits and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound great at all. All right. So do you know? Have you spoken to your sister since you took all these items? Is she well? Is she sick as you are?
I don't know. We tried not to meet up or interact very often so that they don't know that we are together. As she stays up in Old Hopper's cavern with other bandits, if they knew that she was my sister, they would probably chase me out of town or guard their valuables more often. This way, I'm able to move around, but as you can see, I'm not in a traveling condition anymore. And knowing what happened to Rogar, I don't want that to befall me, which is the only reason I'm telling you this information anyway.
Understood. All right. So it sounds like maybe this Rogar fellow took some items from a place he probably shouldn't have, and is now spreading some sort of magical plague.
Winston, about this time, you catch a sniff of something, and you kind of look, and you see under the bed a pair of snouts that's at the edge.
Ooh. Oh, what do we? He'll kind of approach cautiously. Can I just like take a look to see if I can identify?
Yes, just give me a nature check.
All right, nature. 14.
So you're able to tell because you are used to the outdoors and stuff that there's two wolves just chilling under her bed.
Oh, hi there. How are you doing? And kind of using my speech of the woods, just kind of like trying to gauge what these wolves. Can I just like kind of see like what they're like feeling, or are they like on guard, like ready to attack, or what they're doing?
Oh, how about an animal handling check with advantage? So you get the idea by looking at them that they are passive and that they're not going to spring out and attack anybody. However, they are very protective. And if she were to be threatened or attacked, they would probably rush to her defense without hesitation.
Oh, and Winston will kind of look up to the dwarf and be like, "I didn't know you had a couple friends in here with you. They're very nice, very fond of you."
Yes, that's Foley and Loomis. Foley, Loomis, come here. And the two wolves come out and slightly tail wagging, just kind of hop up on the bed next to her and kind of crouch down with their heads by her lap. And she gives them a little scratch. And yes, these are my companions. They help keep me safe as well as keep me company on these cold nights.
Oh, they're beautiful. May I? And he like gestures to like if he can pet one of them.
Sure. Hopefully you return with a full hand.
Oh,
And based
apparently I'm
upon
short of fingers.
based on your animal handling check, I'd say that they're receptive to a couple scritches.
Oh, so cute. You're so cute.
And their tails start to wag a little.
Paul would 100% see this as an opening to pet the puppies as well.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, look at the dogs. They're so cute. It's 11 plus 1 for a 12.
You go and you didn't pay attention to how Winston, did what you should do with dogs, underhanded up to the nose, let them sniff, and then scratch. You just go straight overhand, straight towards their head. And the one nearest you just gives a little snip towards your hand and a light growl.
Oh, he's an aggressive puppy. He's so protective. You want to wrestle, boy? And Call would kind of like get down, like he thinks the dog's still playing with him.
The wolf stands up and she just looks over and Loomis, down. And she looks over at you, Cal, and were you dropped on your head as a baby?
That's not nice, Kai. Why is she being mean? I thought we were playing with the puppy.
The
Yeah.
puppy was about to play very rough.
Call, this is like you can see the hurt in his eyes, but he stands up and just gets back in the group with the everyone else, but he's for sure hurt. He thought they were playing.
Slim fidgets like nervously as he was also thinking about petting the puppies.
Beautiful beast, but very deadly if in the wrong case. I mean, technically, pack tactics.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, I'm sorry for trying to pet your puppy, trying to love your puppy.
Now, was there any other information I could give to you, or are you just going to stand here and watch an old woman die?
I'm gonna point to the dagger that she kind of showed us or whatever, and I'm just gonna make the suggestion. You do not have to heed my words, but it might be wise to rid yourself of that. You should let us take it. Make sure that it is not cursed, and should it not be the source of your ailment, we will return it to you. But there is a slight possibility that dagger is the source of your troubles, and potentially anything else that was procured illegally. So we must track down everything to catalog and investigate it.
Give me a persuasion check.
This one's a whopping +1, so we'll see how Avery feels about this. Boosh. 17?
She takes a look at the dagger and just lets out a sigh. You're probably right. If this is why I'm sick and any more in my possession will kill me, it is better to be rid of it. And she hands you the dagger, so you have a +1 dagger of human make. So it's just going to be a standard dagger.
Instead of actually touching the dagger, Slim just kind of takes off his backpack and opens it and like lets her drop it in, but he doesn't actually touch it.
So she lets go and she says, now, I did search Rogar's place to see if he had any more valuables. I couldn't find anything, but I'm also not a burglar like that. I only had success at Tessarion's Curiosities because, well, they had it right out in the display. I didn't have to go hunting for it. So, if you go around, you'll see a hill, and up that hill is a small cabin, and that is Rogar's. If you want to look there for anything else, feel free. Otherwise, I would recommend looking at Tessarion's Curiosities to see if maybe Kalin there knows something that I did not, for I never talked to Rogar. Or just go to Old Hopper's cavern. It's north. There's a trail and a small game trail that you really can't miss. That would lead you there. And Tessarion's Curiosities is in town. I'd say it's about 3 buildings down from the mayor's office.
Slim would kind of turn to the party and be like, Well, I suggest we seek out Rogar's cabin and then move on from there. And you, he points to the dwarf woman, you should not steal. And then he just kind of walks out of the room.
Yes, if you would all please go, I'd like to have my soup, take a rest, and rethink life's choices. And she says the last sentence with heavy sarcasm.
Slim smiles on the way out the door, thinking he's changed someone's life today.
Well, it was nice meeting you, and hopefully we see you again with fix to your problems. Stay safe.
Balgrim will wait until he's the last one to leave, and he just kind of leans in and he just says,
I'm really sorry about all this, but we'll do our best to help you feel better.
and he lugs his axe back up on his shoulder and walks out.
All right, so we had Tessarian's curiosities, fucking what's his face's cabin, and then what was the other place she mentioned?
The
the
hilltop where her sister's hanging out.
Yeah.
Wait, cabin or cavern?
Yeah.
I think Slim was right. I think if these treasures are causing problems, we should probably make sure there's none left to inflict whatever this is on anyone else.
All right, so yeah, maybe we go to Rogar's cabin first. Make sure she didn't miss anything.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of, once again, I kind of like do like a bow and like a open hand gesture to Winston. Lead the way, Winston. Since he was the only one of us smart enough to get directions.
All right, Winston will, I guess, lead the way to Rogar's.
All right, so as you exit and leave the cabin, you hear her lock the door behind you, and you walk around back as she directed, and you see a set of footprints leading down to her cabin coming from the hill. So you're able to assume that, well, that's probably her footprints. So you follow them up and you come to the backside of a small one room cabin that's currently dark, but you're on the backside of it and you see just a window facing towards you.
Were we not supposed to meet a guard here and give him the writ from the mayor? I turned questioningly to the party.
I think so. Go give it to him, Slim.
Yes, he gave us the writ to get past the Green Order. He said they'd be outside of Rogar's residence.
Can I take a lap around the building and see if there's any guards posted anywhere?
Absolutely. So as you start to walk towards the front, you see by what would be essentially a front gate a wood elf woman dressed with a green cloak, just kind of standing there looking bored.
I want to approach her silently and then just kind of, clear my throat when I get good and close. Yeah.
Give me a stealth check.
10?
So as you approach, she says, you think you're being quiet, and before you get to 10 feet from her, she says, "May I help you?"
I quickly produced the writ and even presented to her with a bit of a bow as I point to the house. Me and my comrades. We will be entering the homestead now. Please, do not be alarmed.
She turns around, takes the letter that you were given, cracks it open, and reads, "Ah, the ones that the mayor sent to figure out what happened to Rogar. Well, nobody's been inside the cabin since Rogar passed, so everything should be as it was.
I think we have
Please feel free to..."
we have evidence on the contrary, but duly noted.
You're free to look around.
I would definitely
And-
holler at the party to come around front and just kind of open the door and almost like a bellhop, just kind of wait patiently for the party to gather and enter.
Slim, I like you. You're very polite. And Call kind of bow back to him as he walks in.
Thank you. What kind words.
And as Balgrim nods at you and walks by, he just puts a hand on your shoulder and just says, "It's probably best that you do most of the talking moving forward. I'm not sure about the other. Well, really, just that one guy. But yeah." Just walks by.
Slim kind of flinches as you kind of like go to put your hand on his shoulder.
Kai, as you walk by, you see an offended look on the Green Order guard's face as she's glaring at Slim at his insinuation that they had not done their job of keeping the cabin secure.
I mean, insinuation is a good word. I could have just outright stated it, but
He's gonna. So she's an elven woman. You said
Yes. Oh, what else specifically?
what elf? He's gonna kind of like as he's walking by, just kind of like brush his hair because he's got like shaggy brown hair. So he's gonna kind of brush it back. So like, as he's walking by the ear that's facing her, the slightly pointed ears, kind of more visible. God, don't worry about him. He just likes to. He got no filter. So he's here to do a job, and he's just doesn't mean any offense. He just says it how it is. But we didn't mean to offend at all. So I hope you won't take any offense.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. Oh, that's good. That's a 18.
And so as you say this, and she's like, "Yeah, I get it. It's a stressful time. We don't know what's going on, and frankly, we're not quite equipped to deal with the sickness part. We're great soldiers, but an outsider coming in and telling me that we're not good at our job. Yeah, that's not a way to make an impression."
Oh no, I don't think he meant it like that. I think he was just. We just received some information that somebody had been by the property, but it wasn't that you weren't doing your job, and it's yeah that you might not have even been here at the time. It could have been before you were here. So,
Maybe it was when you were taking a nap or something.
oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, you're free to search the cabin, and hopefully, whoever did stop by to pay a visit didn't didn't destroy any evidence that you may be able to use.
Well, I don't think they did, and just a little no harm, no foul situation. But again, he meant no offense. Like I said, he's very literal. Just a very straightforward, no filter kind of fella. So I hope we didn't, offend you. And you're doing a great job, and you all have done everything within your power. And we're just here to give you a little bit of extra help. So, if anything we can do to help you, or anything you need to ask us, you just feel right on ahead to come and find us.
She gives you a kind of a half smile and then pulls her hood back over her head and turns to watch the road.
All right, guy's gonna take that as a win and walk away before he messes it up.
Call's gonna follow him. Those wood elves are a sensitive bunch, huh?
Yes, they also have good hearing. Shush.
That's why I'm whispering.
He's just gonna like pull Call inside after him and see what everyone else is doing inside the cabin now.
So as you all walk in this cramped, dark cabin, it might have been a cozy place where its owner lived. But now an unmade bed stands near a cold fireplace. Over the mantel hangs the head of a snarling white beast with gray horns. On the other side of a room, a small table is strewn with dirty dishes, with a set of dwarf-sized chair that stands before two empty shelves, whose contents are scattered across the floor. Kitchen utensils, dried foodstuffs, adventuring gear, and a few books just scattered amongst the mess. One of the windows shutters is open, allowing in some light moonlight. It will be difficult to see for those without dark vision, which I don't believe is any of you except for maybe Winston.
No.
I think halflings have dark vision too. I think it's pretty much just humans and fucking dragonborns. Goddamn glader.
I don't think
Halflings don't have dark vision. That's why Renwick had the goggles until he got devil sight.
Oh, you did have goggles too. I forgot.
Yep, for a brief time. And then I got my fancy magic eyes.
I think Slim, kind of knowing what, having kind of identified the dagger as like belonging to like a certain type of people from a certain type of ruins that are kind of local, I guess. I think that is kind of what Slim is looking for, but with no caring for the dead, I think Slim will slide a crowbar out of his pack and just go to fucking town looking for something he believes to be well hidden. I'm going to toss the mattress. I'm going to go through the dishes. I'm going to pull up some floorboards if he's got them. I'm going to shake that damn head that's on the wall and, give it a fucking once over. I'm going to break that fucking chair that he's got going on. I'm going through every shelf, like relentless like SWAT team drug search of a house, and I just start going at it.
Kai's just gonna lean over to Call. I think I really like this guy.
Are we smashing stuff right now? And Call just fucking starts going ham, tossing the table, fucking trying to break the bed frame, just whatever he can, throwing dishes and pots and shit, seeing what comes out.
Give me an investigation check, Slim.
Would you say with the advantage because Call is helping me?
He could give me a separate investigation check because he's not helping you directly. He's searching elsewhere.
Okay.
And by smashing pots seems a little less thorough.
I mean, it works for Link. What did you say? It was investigation?
Investigation, yes.
That's a whopping 12.
So as you're going through, you're pulling out stuff. You find adventuring gear, silvered maul, suit of splint armor, size for a dwarf, bulky fur-lined clothing, also made for a dwarf, a grappling hook, a hooded lantern. And as you go through the shelves, you're just throwing books. And as you toss a book to the side, a folded piece of paper falls out of it. And that's all you find of interest.
I would open the paper, not only for myself but the group. Kind of show them as I open it.
So as you open it, you see it's a receipt from Tessarian Curiosities for 1,000 gold pieces, and it's the items that Rogar had sold there. And it's an itemized list, so you're able to see that listed is a dagger, a scroll case, a jade statuette, a quiver of 20 arrows, a silver ring set with a jasper, and 2 blue glass vials.
Okay, hit me with that list one more time.
It is a dagger, which you presume is the dagger you currently hold, a scroll case, a jade statuette, a quiver of 20 arrows, a silver ring set with a jasper, and 2 blue glass vials, all of which Rogar had sold for 1,000 gold pieces.
Interesting. I turn over the receipt to the party. Also, kind of slyly hand my crowbar over to Winston. And I smile. I say, I've known many of your kind. They're real good at finding things that other people would like to hide. Care to give it a shot? I kind of slide my crowbar over to him.
I mean, I could try, but I can't really see that well.
As the fallen Asmar, I actually have a once a day light cantrip that I can use. I will use it now, and I illuminate the room with some globules of light.
Oh, much better.
You
And
search the room, Winston?
yeah, Winston will give it a go. Kind of look around to see if there's like any like maybe like false like walls or like any like hidden like boards like that we're standing on, something that make like a cache somewhere.
As you search throughout the house, you get the idea that this was just a place for him to lay his head when he was in town and to go elsewhere. So he really didn't create any secret hidey holes. And what you see is what there is.
Mm. So he'll look around. I mean, knowing that there's not really anything of value probably or hidden, he's still gonna just whack the crowbar like into the floor to like pretend like he's found something. Oh, I think I and try to pry up a board.
Give me a strength check.
All right, that is not good for me. I'll just roll it out here. Just flat strength.
Yes, no proficiency because I doubt you're proficient with toolbars.
No, Okay, I'll just roll it out here. 18. Actually, that's pretty good.
That board comes up like it's nobody's business. And there's just floor underneath, or ground.
Slim snaps his fingers. Ah, shucks. Yeah.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time, and he'll gently give the crowbar back.
Takes it, throws it in his pack. Says, well, where should we go now? Would you prefer to investigate the shop or confront the fence, it would seem?
I mean, my bet would be to go to the shop, because, I mean, if that's where he sold the items.
Perhaps they are still there. I like how you think, tiny little Winston. He kind of pats your head.
Well, you'll learn a thing or two out in the wild.
Did you, while in the wild, learn where this Sarion's Curiosities shop happens to be?
I think the lady told us she said it was down just past the mayor's office, I think.
Oh, yes. Well, shall we? He kind of gestures once again for Winston to lead the way.
Winston's like, I'm gonna die. I'm sure.
Cal, give me an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Oh, good lord. Intelligence, just straight intelligence. All right. Rolling in D&D Beyond. First is a 7 -1. Second is a 10 -1 for a 9, so 6.
Yeah, you have no idea where this building is supposed to be. I was going to see if you remembered seeing it as you were storming past, but nope.
Call is just going to confidently start walking in a direction he assumes it's in.
Give me a survival check.
I need to find my dice because these virtual dice are fucking me in the ass right now. It's a 5.
You're going in the wrong direction. You're actually headed back towards Kalna's cabin.
I kind of tap Kai on the shoulder and I point to Cal, and I also have already found a smooth stone. I just kind of hand it to him as I tap Kai on the shoulder, and then I just point to Cal going the wrong direction, and I hand him a stone.
Slim, I think you and I are going to be great friends. And then I just beamed the rock at the back of Call.
Before he does it, can I touch his the back of his leg and just be like, I think you can do it, and give him a little guidance?
Yeah.
Sure. Give me an attack throw there, Kai.
What is guidance, or is that just on skill checks?
1d
Or 1d4?
or
Yep. For it is ability check of its choice. One ability check.
Is an attack technically an ability check, or no?
for this, we'll say it is.
Okay.
That's messed up
All
because it's not.
That is an 18 on the die, plus 1 on the d4 for a 19, plus my dexterity, which is a 3, so that's a 22, plus my proficiency, which is 2 for level 2, so a 24 to hit.
Roll me a d4.
That's a 3.
So, Cal, you get, as Kai said, beamed in the back of the head with a rock, and you take 3 points bludgeoning damage as your brother gets your attention.
Well, hitting enough for it to cause damage and like reaching back and feeling a little bit of blood, Call's 100% gonna turn around, fuming, and just run and try to tackle his brother.
Kai is gonna also scream and start running back towards town.
All right. Give me, let's say, an athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Athletics from Cal, choice from Kai.
All right. It's the same for me either way. Um,
Yes, but it depends on whether
Yeah.
you just flat out outrun him or whether you football juke.
I think Kai would go acrobatics because he knows his brother's a brick shit house, so he's gonna try and dodge, dip, dive, duck, dodge, dodge, and dodge. I think I said that out of order, but you get the point. That's a natural fucking 20 for a 23. My dice are on fire tonight. This never happens with Glader.
What's your score there, Cal?
It's a 16 total.
So yeah, you go charging and he just matadors to the side and you go flying into the snow and come sputtering up and you just see him probably laughing.
Winston is going to lean over to Slim and just be like, "Wow, these two are pretty entertaining, huh?"
Indeed. He just kind of ponders as he kind of Slim looks out surprised that these guys are like duking it out.
Call's like in the snow, trying so hard not to just go into a rage.
Kai's gonna reach down and try and help his brother up off the ground. Offer him a hand up.
I'll grab his hand and pull him down.
Give me contested strength checks.
Dude, if I lose
I
this,
would say Cal with advantage because he's planning on doing it, and Kai, I'm assuming, is just
Yeah.
thinking he's helping him up.
That's a 15 for me, 14 on the die, plus 1 for my strength.
dude, I'm gonna log off. I rolled a 9 total and a 10 total. All right, boys, it's almost 10 o'clock. I know them older boys got to go to bed. We'll pick it up.
So you go to pull him down, and Kai he can sense your intention as soon as you grab his arm because you are as subtle as a bull. And so he's able to prepare himself and stop himself from falling at all.
Now, this character is 100% going to die with these fucking rolls. Advantage on strength checks, and I lose as a barbarian? Stupid.
Slim kind of walks up to Kai and like pats him on the back. And goes, "So, you are the older brother. Nice." He kind of bows.
By about 2 minutes.
A minute and 58 seconds. Call gets up and starts walking towards town all pissed off. You said I took 3 damage, right? Was total?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Forgot that.
Winston,
All right.
Slim Balgrim, shall we be off?
Please. And he once again gestures for the halfling to follow or to lead the way.
Balgrim just kind of grits his teeth and nods, follows along.
So as you walk back to town and you go to the directions you were given, you see a 1-story wood cabin that's a little bit bigger than the homes you had just visited. The windows are shuttered. It's dark inside. Over the door, there's a sign which reads, Tessarian Curiosities, with an image of a curving dragon used to make the letter T. Though the shop appears closed, the front door is slightly ajar. And as you all approach, you're able to hear whispered voices and footsteps coming from inside.
Kai's gonna pull out one of his short swords and kind of try and sneak up and um, press himself up against the wall on like one side of the door, not like trying to like sneak up and just press himself against the wall on the other side of the door, on one side of the door, and just look to, I guess, his friends at the party and just be like, there's people, like motion, trying to like mime like there's voices. Like, what do we do?
It sounds like we're gonna have a few questions for him. And he slips his shield off his back and chokes up a little bit on the hilt of his battle axe. Steps forward, just kind of looks around at the party, gives that sort of like, we doing this look.
Kai's gonna give him a big thumbs up with a huge smile because he wants to see the giant orc rush in to scare the shit out of whoever's in there.
Slim, sharing Kai's sentiments, just gives like a solemn nod.
Winston just kind of shrugs his shoulders and, yeah, go for it.
Fair enough. And he doesn't wait for Cal's approval. He only really takes stock of the other members. And he steps forward and uses his shield to sort of like push the door open and leads in with his axe and just says, "By the authority of the TPK, stand down." And I guess assesses the room as he walks in.
So upon entering, you see 5 cloaked elves searching through broken debris on the floor, and it looks like they are ransacking it. The furniture, shelves, and front counter have been smashed, and the shop's wares now litter the floor. So since you came in brazenly, we will roll initiative and have our battle next week.
Ugh.
I'm so ready.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played a paladin in a long time, and I'm really excited.
I'll send you a backup character because this fucking dude can roll for shit.
You got a week to roll out the jitters.
Die. If Balgrim dies, then conveniently there will be another orc very similar to him with a pretty similar backstory.
Is it
Shows up
Galgrim?
Yes. I'll just reverse the name. Merglab.
Merglab.
Or lab, bro.
Merglad.
Oh shit.
God damn.
Kai might actually never die. Now that I said
So-
that, I just ruined everything.
You're taking the good rolls. You this twin bullshit. I'm not liking it. You're a good twin.
So what we're saying is that Kai is the Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie Twins, and Cal is Danny DeVito.
Oh no.
Can you
This
picture
whole
a
time
buff
I-
Danny DeVito? That'd be weird.
Just need an initiative from Slim.
Oh snap! I missed that part where we're rolling some initiative. Let me double check my. I was going through some of my Slim's new abilities and things.
Slim Shady.
Skadoosh. Shit. Where is that shit?
It's +3.
Okay, there we go. It's like wisdom modifier, right?
No, it's dexterity. I know you're used to the DM side.
Yeah, I'm fiddling with all the extras on the D&D Beyond. Ooh, a whopping 8.
And that will put Slim before Balgrim.
I think the only contested role I won today was whether or not I could kick the fucking door.
You kicked the shit out of that door. You put a nice little dent in it.
Yeah, you made it count, man.
It didn't even break. Nothing went right for me.
It's that dwarven craftsmanship.
Listen, you gotta get used to it. You're not playing Logus anymore.
I
No plus
know.
10s.
It's not even
So
that, dude. I'm rolling nat ones and shit and
Yeah, no,
losing.
you are. Just in general, the dice are not in your favor tonight.
I had advantage on the strength check and lost as a barbarian. That is crazy.
To a death-based fighter.
Ooh. And then the insight check where I rolled a 4 and you still lost that one too.
I know, and then you just caressed me in your fucking chest, dude. Just
Yep. Just that big old musky orc
Do you guys
energy.
remember?
Ooh.
Do you guys remember Did you watch Endgame, Avengers Endgame?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh
the
yeah.
end of it where like Thor and Star-Lord are like arguing over like passive aggressively like arguing over like who's in charge of the ship. I'm getting that vibe from Cal and Logan.
Yeah, I'm in charge. Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, of course.
It took a lot for me not to pipe up when Kai's trying to like smooth over the guard. I was gonna wait for him to to get in his spiel and then just kind of like pipe up like, I barely know this man. I met him today. He does not represent me. Whatever, just to make the situation shittier. I don't know why. I fought the urge.
It's the intrusive thoughts.
Exactly.
Like, we definitely that's the one thing about one shots is we would then open up and say all sorts of shit. Like if we were doing a one shot with our main campaign characters, believe me, it'd be a lot more.
There's a lot more chaos.
But that's what's nice is because we do a lot of role playing and everything else that's what make the one shots hard to get done. And this way it's, hey, we're about to go into the fight. Yeah, fuck it, we'll call it here and pick up again at a more decent hour.
Yeah. Speaking of, if I can get off next Thursday, would you guys be able to do next Thursday instead of Wednesday?
I don't know what you getting off has to do with it, but potentially.
Yeah, gross, dude. What the fuck?
I meant off work.
I'll only be here if you get off.
Whatever. If that helps make your decision, then I'll get off and get off work.
You got to get off on mic.
Just make sure you do it on the clock so you get paid for that shit. Count it as self-care.
I don't have a very firm schedule, so I could Thursday works for me. I think I could make that happen if that's the way to go.
Yeah, right now I have nothing on my schedule, so I think I'd be able to swing it so that you could get in a good combat. Otherwise, I'm thinking since Cal is your brother, he puppets your character for the fight.
Yeah, if need be, if I can't make it work, like you guys, like that's on me. Like you guys still do like Wednesday, and Cal can puppet my character for next week. That's fine.
So get your backup character ready.
I'm gonna 100% make me feel like the superior brother in your absence.
Yeah. Get ready to make the ultimate sacrifice for your 2-minute younger brother.
For what it's worth, I do think I could probably pull Thursday off if that does work for everybody.
Same here.
Yeah, same here. I could probably do that.
I could see Anthony right now. All right, Kai's first act. What does he do? He cries because he's a little whiny bitch.
Because he's not as strong as his brother. He fucking gives up.
He chooses to fail his check.
He just falls on his sword, and it's fine.
He commits what is it, Sudoku, or whatever it is.
Seppuku, yeah.
He starts doing math puzzles. What?
Downfall on a Sudoku.
Death by Sudoku sounds way more intense and terrifying. At least Seppuku or whatever would get it over with.
Well, I just kind of watched it and mastered it.
All right, well, yeah, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I know my schedule for next week to see if we can do Thursday. And if not, then you guys just run it like normal, and Anthony can run Kai for me.
Sounds like a
Good.
plan, buddy.
All right, guys.
Rock
Well,
on.
I'm gonna take off. Thanks for fucking hanging. It was a good time. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more. So keep in touch, fellas.
Hell yeah.
We'll do this crazy thing again soon.
Yeah,
Good first session,
thanks,
man.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, great
Sounds
session.
good,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.